some business on the phone with Scotty. Boy, we 200 bands off them $20 flips. I'm going by myself when it's time to up. That way police.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with the man who has had to stick with me all season long, Charles Davis. And, Charles, the anticipation, the hype, the media coverage, all in the rear-view mirror now. We can finally get down to playing some football.
Yeah, don't worry about that, partner. I'll ride or die with you anytime. You know that. But here's the best thing about this. Everyone talks about trying to keep things normal as they approach for Super Bowl. There is no such thing as normal. The pageantry, the hype, all of that is more intense than anyone could ever imagine. What you're trying to do is embrace it in one way and make sure it doesn't totally knock you off your game. That's why the night before the big one, teams often switch hotels, try and give those guys that last chance to breathe a little bit before they go out and play.
First carry for Darius Geis, and he'll get this one up to the 26. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Kelly, off play action.
That's me.
He's brought down after a very nice gain. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. First down, this is Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Off-play action. Kelly. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script. If they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
Kelly now, off the play fake. Found his target, it's Anderson. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Gone.
Now Kelly, off play action.
Man, kick that shit. It's on top of
that. Intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Leave that.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And his first pass is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. First carry now for Jordan.
Come on, man.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Trubisky will throw. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. New York set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
No, check, Patriot.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Well, first carry.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No gain in the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out leveraging the offense.
He'll take it at the 42. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try to force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Gotta go. Move.
Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But there's almost no doubt about the play call there. On 3rd down and long, you figure they're going to throw the football. I've got to give a little credit to the offense for taking a little bit of a chance there, running the draw, hoping to catch them off guard, but the defense was ready.
Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Guys, I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, you talk about safety first. Gosh, for such a rare play, kind of unbelievable how many Super Bowls recently have begun with a safety. Tries you had, let's see, Tom Brady getting called for grounding against the Giants in Super Bowl 46.
Peyton Manning with the snap over his head in Super Bowl 48.
Yep, and now here's this one. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
Let's go, let's go. Red, up! Gotta go! Red, up!
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky.
On the deep. This
And he
defense.
fires one that's intercepted.
You got it. Fast as
Picked
hell.
off by Troy Apke. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis.
Come on, let's go.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll hand it down to Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Off the play fake, Kellen. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to not play dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They run with Howard, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On second down, Trubisky being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Gotta go, gotta go.
On third down, this is Howard. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. On 4th down, it's Howard. And I think he went backward. He did. Jordan Howard unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sideline as a head coach? That was planned going into it. Not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. On second down, Kelly. Now they go screen. It's complete. Space to maneuver at the 40. An excellent pickup at 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Kelly off the play fake. Kelly strips. He is free. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Kelly. Off play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. It's brought in by Kevin White. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Trubisky. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
18.
Now Trubisky. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Kelly. Off to Geis on the screen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Kelly, a final shot before break. His throw incomplete. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Let's go, let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Throwing here, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Trubisky to throw. And
damn, he just blew the fuck out of my
view. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Gotta go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. On the left side.
Oh, you make that jump and be good.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And thanks to his safety and 2 field goals, this is now an 8-0 game. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now. as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Play action, it's Kelly. And
Ooh, let's go, Raekwon.
Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels
You ain't lying on that one, yo.
game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Ain't nobody say shit about your motherfuckers pull the ball out of receiver's hand. He take like 3 steps, shit.
A play fake, now Kelly.
Hey, them niggas, 99 overall receiving shit. What you talking about? Oh, this nigga the wrong way.
At the 39, and they have possession, and they
I'll take
have
it.
at the
Superbowl gas and shit.
38-yard
That's the
line.
case.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So here's a 1st and 10
Oh, I
at
don't
the
have my
38.
fucking audibles. Fuck me.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1st down, Trubisky forced out to his left.
Come on, I've been here that button for the longest, man. Damn.
He picks it, and his guys are going to get
What
the
up?
football at the 28-yard line.
And
Oh,
Brandon,
no,
this is a
dude.
real nice job defensively,
Look, I've been
getting inside the
touching that for
quarterback's head
long.
and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Called in by Anderson, left side. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a 1st down throw, Kelly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll run it
I'm not gonna back through this
and
nigga.
that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's going to be complete to his
Come on,
tail.
Amos.
His first catch of this Super Bowl
stop that
will
nigga.
be good for a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now, look at 56. Look at...
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught. It's Malone. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders. And they're rolling.
One minute.
They go play action here on 1st down. This is caught. And he's
That's
in.
tough.
Touchdown, Jets. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jets are within a 2-point conversion of tying this thing up. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the touchdown.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, feel the confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Pass incomplete.
And when you've already thrown 2 interceptions, you got to take extra special care of the football because that one could very easily have been a third.
Yeah, off balance, pressure coming. Probably just has to stick that one in his pocket, right?
He does. I just think that when he's in a rut like this, I think this happens to a lot of quarterbacks, they try and overcome it by making big-time throws. Throws they know they shouldn't make, but they're hoping to complete them rather than having the confidence that they actually will.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
Oh, come on, man. That's some bullshit, man.
Deep ball.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
We'll call that a punt, 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
Yes. Kane's going in that formation. That shit out.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Kelly. Out left, he's got it to Everett. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Kelly.
Call me switch my name.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Kelly now. Off the play fake. Open man there is Malone. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gun.
Now Kelly, off play action. Oh, no,
Yes, I'll feel it.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Gotta go. Hey, 18.
This is Howard on 2nd down. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. On 3rd down, Trubisky. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. New York set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all to put him.
And he's going to go
let's go, Shane.
near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Shane Ray in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Kelly to throw from his end zone.
Oh, get that.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Completion, left side.
They make him walk for a Parker.
And he'll go down
what the
at
fuck?
the 28.
Nigga walking, how you hurt?
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen.
Oh.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. He may try to run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead now 5, 11-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden
Why
they're
do you know
down.
how to spin so fucking good, man?
And the Jets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Oh, almost
Slings
picked that
one that's
shit.
incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Gun.
To throw is Kelly. Going to throw again. Fine effort there, complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The former first-round pick Shane Ray in on the tackle.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. They'll run for it. Geis.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
He's not even
Let's
going to
fucking
come
go.
close to
That's
picking
big.
up the first.
Good game,
They
Chief.
stop him right
Good
at
game,
the line
man.
of scrimmage. In on the stop, the
Couldn't get shit going, man.
Damn. The Bears offense now getting ready to take
over. Damn.
They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense
got
the
lost.
stop. They've got the football now.
Couldn't get no run game going. Right? Couldn't get nothing going.
That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has
that nigga innocent is proven guilty.
Security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened.
Damn, boy.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about
the whole
do
time,
it.
they're going to be doing that shit for forever. Niggas been knowing about that shit, bro.
A lot of these runs,
that's the crazy
he's
part
getting
about
past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Yeah, so many chances. So many chances. Lost 11-6, man. I just couldn't get nothing going, man. Couldn't get nothing going.
You want some bullshit.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Fuck you.
And the Chicago Bears have etched their name in NFL history. They are your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around.
Man, no problem, man. It was really dope. Hey, he kept talking about Vic and Prophecy game with Super Bowl. He getting kind of pissed, so I ain't say shit. So blame them.
Nah, man, your players just played great, man. Like, at the end of the day, his players played great. Like, bruh. Like, they played great. Ain't nothing I can say, man.
And they end this year just how everybody wants in the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season here.
What we both did, though, we had passes open. We waited a little bit too late to throw the ball. Like, it was open for a split second. That's when you got to get rid of that shit. I know Mitch ain't the fucking MVP. The nigga threw like 4 picks. Hopefully these niggas resign that because half their ass off contract.